I use too. So here's the incubator that I used. I got this at Tractor Supply. It's the Little Giant brand. It also comes with an egg turner, which isn't in here right now. Basically, those who know our situation know we're not living in our house yet. It hasn't been set in. So basically, we've been living in, well, this is where I've been operating out of, this little shop that was here on the property. Going through all the tools and stuff, but I had to wire up a dryer for temporary use out in the main part of the shop, so I just put it on there. You know, it was late summer, so I didn't have to worry so much about cold temperatures, but there was a fluctuation in temperature at night sometimes, and so basically, you know, I really wasn't even sure how to gather the quail eggs or how long I had before they, you know, had to be put in the incubator. And so basically, I had 12 eggs gathered up, and I started them. And I was starting to collect the last 4, or I was starting to collect more. And then that's when one night the raccoon got in there and wiped out the first 5 quail that I got. So but I had 12 eggs in the incubator, and then I had gathered 4 more to, you know, put in later. What I did was just added it into the egg turner and separated them from the original ones. And so, you know, the temperature fluctuated a lot at night because it's kind of like outside. So I would have to turn it down a little bit and turn it up, kind of watch it. But what ended up happening was 11 of the 12 quail eggs hatched. And I've got video footage of that I'll put on here. And then, you know, and they say you're supposed to take the egg turner out 3 days before. Well, I kind of doubted that they were going to hatch. You know, I was just really wasn't thinking it was going to work, and lo and behold, one day I looked in there and there was one coming out, so I took the egg turner out, and then we put in the 4 eggs right about that time, maybe a day before day before they started hatching. And you know, what ended up happening was one of the original 12 didn't hatch, and then of course the other 4 didn't hatch. Because one night the power went out here, and it was out all night. So anyway, the Little Giant Incubator, basically, you know, if you can see down in here, there's channels. You fill those up with water, and then when you take the turner out at about, you know, 14 days into it, then you fill it up again, and you plug the other hole with these little plugs right here, and that kind of brings the humidity up so that the shell is pliable enough for them to get out. Also, you know, the thermometer here, you keep in there, it kind of lets you know. It should be right at the 99.5 range, and like I said, it fluctuated up to 103, 104. You know, really scared me a couple times. Got below, you know, down to like 94. So like I said, I really didn't think that it was going to work. But it did. And when it worked, you know, I was kind of flabbergasted. You know, it's kind of a trip. I mean, they literally come out of the egg staring at you. They're not like chickens where they kind of lay there and for a little bit. They're wet, and once you get them dried off, they're good to go. So anyway, that's been my experience with the Little Giant Incubator. You know, for the price, the turner was about $40, and this was about $50, somewhere in that range. So for less than $100, you know, and the whole experience of hatching the eggs and all that, I was pretty excited. The one down point is out of the 9 that I have surviving, I have 10 surviving because 1 died. 9 of them are males, and I only have 1 female, so I'm back to trying to get eggs, you know, ready for setting. So anyway, there's an update on the quail, and I'll show you the little guys out here in just a sec. Oh, here they are. That's my little quail. There's 1 female, that's her right there, jumping around. And then the rest, you see here, she's got blue, or I mean speckled spots on her chest. And then all the rest of these guys have just basically a brown chest. See, he's got a brown chest. Those are the males. And right there is my female with the speckled, and maybe getting close to that time already. I think they start laying eggs at 5 weeks, and I believe these are right at 4 weeks. You know, it's amazing how fast they grow. For the amount of feed you get them, the amount of eggs and meat you get in return, it's really a good turnaround.